Hey, what's going on? How you doing there? All right, these three things. Typo negative. Awesome song. All right, this first one was spawned from a discussion that I had with somebody recently. And until this person presented like their view, gave their argument, I was steadfast in my ways. There was not you were not going to change my mind on this. But they said something that was so just like compelling to me that I started to think about it, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, maybe there's something there. Maybe there is something to it. So anyway, it came on the heels of the recent news that Kiss put out, which was I think on Friday, this past Friday, on the Howard Stern show. They announced the final two dates ever, like of their career, ever. And December 1st and 2nd in Madison Square Garden. And I was bitching about that, right? I was bitching about that. And the question was, I was asked, so are you gonna go? And I'm like, no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way I'm gonna be anywhere near Madison Square Garden or New York on December 1st or 2nd. No goddamn way. So this brings me to my the first thing that I hate, right? You might even know what I'm going to say. Oh, wait, it's in the fucking thumbnail, or I'm planning on putting it. This brings me to the first thing, right? But before I say what it is, I need to offer one disclaimer, which may, negate this entire point. It will open me up to criticism and show the extreme hypocrisy in this. And so all of which I am completely understanding of. But here's the thing though, right? So it's about farewell tours, okay? I hate it when bands do farewell tours. However, the one exception to the rule is Kiss. Because in my world, Kiss, you're gonna probably laugh at this, but in my world, Kiss can do no wrong, okay? Never. No matter how much shit that they sell, greatest hits compilations, any of that kind of stuff, right? I have gotten way too much joy and pleasure out of that band throughout my entire life. They're kind of the official family band in my family. Parents don't really give a shit about them, but all me and my siblings do, right? Okay, so anyway, so if they want to do a farewell tour, whatever, man. I'm not gonna criticize them, but there are other bands, okay? And all right, so I hate the farewell tours for reasons that maybe you might not reason, really. Yeah, really only one major reason, and it's because it's sad. It is really, really goddamn sad when a band that, has been around your entire life says, we're hanging it up. This is it. We're not going to exist anymore. It's like, yes, I understand it's only a band. It's only music. It's only rock and roll, right? But it's still that's sad, man. That's just I know there's other people out there that feel that way. There's probably a lot of people, and it goes back to this. I've used this example before, the whole Wikipedia thing when it says whoever it was. Fuck that, man. That's terrible. That sucks. It's so depressing. I mean, you can go to Slayer's Wikipedia and it says Slayer was. Jesus Christ, man. So, but all right. The way I look at it is that any sort of finality, and perhaps that sets the tone for this entire video, because all these things really have to do with that in some way. But any sort of finality that is applied to a band's career, to me is just that is crushingly depressing, dude. It really truly is. It's you go to and look, I understand it, okay? I understand it that these guys, sometimes they have very legitimate reasons. The reason why I say sometimes they have legitimate reasons is because I'm not casting it off. I mean, look, Gene and Paul, those guys, the reason that they cite is that, we have to run around with 40 pounds of gear on all night. Look, man, I understand. No, I don't understand. Because I'm not them. I can only imagine, right? I can only imagine. You know what what would really be awesome? You know what would be really, really cool is if they say, and they kind of did hint at it a little bit in so many words in the Howard Stern interview. It was like, you know, they may do one-offs and everything. Yeah, you do as many of those one-offs as you want. As a matter of fact, Gene and Paul, you know what you guys ought to do? Take the makeup off. That's fine. Take the makeup off. Take the costumes off. Go out and tour on, you know, Lick It Up through Carnival of Souls material, you know, non-makeup era. Do that, man. There's a lot of people I think that would love to hear songs off Revenge, Animalize, Asylum, Hot in the Shade. You know, those are awesome albums that I would love to see some of those non-makeup songs performed. So, yeah, I get that, right? And other guys, they just get tired. They don't want to deal with the pressure, like whatever, okay? But ultimately, though, it's just, I see it as sad. You look to these bands as like, you know, pleasure centers. You know what I mean? I don't have to you know exactly what I'm talking about. So anytime any of these guys talk about like, it's the end, it's just, man, I don't and oh, here's the other thing that really chaps my ass, and I just remembered that I gotta tell you what this other person said, the argument that they presented that really started to get me to think. But the other thing is this though, right? When a band, like when one of the reasons that they cite is they're like, I fucking love this. I don't love it, I hate it, but like, I love this, right? And they're like, we don't want to be one of those bands that's playing a half-empty clubs, you know, wearing out our welcome. We want to go out on top. And I hear that, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, but you started out in those half-empty clubs, and you were very happy to you know, fucking hear everybody's applause. You were certainly happy to take their money, you know, or in some cases, yeah, no, they weren't giving you any money, but it didn't matter though, because like, you were having fun, right? And yeah, sure, you might not want to go from like arenas and stadiums back down to clubs. Look, I get it, man. Maybe what I don't like about that is just the attitude, because you know what? There are a lot of goddamn people out there that would still be going to those half-empty clubs, you know, even if they were there. It doesn't matter. Dude, oh shit, I would go see Kiss, I would go see Slayer, I would go see Priest. I always say this, right? I try to think of like the worst example that I could. I don't care if it's in a half-empty club or in a men's room or in the men's room of some Irish bar the day after St. Patrick's Day in New York City. All right? I don't care, man, because I fucking love the band and I would support them wherever. It doesn't matter to me, right? So that's that, man. Oh, okay, so here's what this person said, right, that really got me thinking. They said farewell tours are good because it gives you, the fan, one last time to say goodbye. And at first I was like, no, the whole idea is to not ever have to say goodbye. But then the more I thought about it, I was like, all right, I can see where they're coming from, right? I see where they're coming from. Yeah, it's one, and look, I've done that, man. I did that in 2011 with Judas Priest, you know? That sucked. I mean, yeah, it was a fun show. It was a good show. Songus Arena. Black Label Society opened. I can't remember who else. Anyway, my friend Chris fell asleep at that show. Fucking asshole, man. You're in the presence of, like, the gods of heavy metal. Whatever, man. But yeah, dude, like I went to that and like that was sad, the whole show. It's like these guys have been around my whole life and now they're saying they want to hang it up, okay? Oh, and this brings me to like, I just thought of something else, okay? I guess this is a little sub thing that I hate, right? And I don't mean to say I hate this because these are like, this is an opinion. This deals with with fans' opinions on something, and I don't hate anybody's opinion. You know, I might not agree with it, but it's an opinion nonetheless, and that's a beautiful thing. But the people that say like, all right, let's say the band comes out of retirement because Judas Priest did, And so did Motley Crüe. And you know what? When they said they were hanging it up, I didn't give a shit because I hated Crue back then. I hated them. Not until like recent years did I like them. But I'm glad that they decided to, tear up that contract, cessation of touring, whatever that bullshit was, So it's the people that say, you guys hung it up. You guys quit. Stay retired. Stay retired. That's bullshit. It was a cash grab the first time around. I never get upset when bands come out of retirement. I don't. When they go on farewell tours, they say, this is the end, cessation of touring. Look, here's the contract that we signed. It's legally binding. Like all that kind of shit. I don't get mad. I'm glad, okay? I'm glad. Band like Judas Priest hangs it up and then wants to come back. Come on back, man. Because I'll be there at the show, and I have been, and they've been fun, and I'm glad they've been back. Fucking A, But yeah, so it's the people that say like, nah, you hung it up. Fucking stay retired. That's what I say to that, but no, I'm just kidding. Anybody out there that has that opinion, that's cool, man. It's cool, dude. So, this is what I say, man. If I was ever in a band that was like big, I fucking over my dead body am I ever like, this is our retirement, this is our farewell tour. Ain't doing it, dude. Ain't fucking doing it. No. So, and like that brings me back to like the point I was trying to make in the argument with this person. It was like, just go off into the sunset. That's it. None of this like, we want to go out on top bullshit. Nothing like that, just fucking let it go. I'm going to make a prediction, right? And I don't know how to prove this until like we're all dead, I guess. But no, until they're dead, I guess. But I don't think Guns N' Roses will ever do a farewell tour. They're just not that type of band. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. Although Axl did say, before he played, what was his quote? One thing is true. One of the two, I don't even want to fucking bring it up, man, because at this point, I don't care, dude. So yeah, that's my thought, man. I don't know, let me know. Is it an opportunity to say farewell, thanks for the memories and everything, I guess, but it's nothing that feels good, you know what I mean? All right, here's the second thing that just fucking grinds my gears, chaps my ass, pisses me off, like whatever it is, right? Recently, I noticed, and I feel bad, it's not really fair for me to like speak on this band's reputation or whatever, because I don't really listen to them. I don't really listen to like this style of music, but I saw recently that Sully from the band Godsmack, who I know very little about him. I have heard him say a couple things, and I thought they were pretty cool. The guy lived like 2 or 3 towns over from me for like decades, up until recently. I think he moved to Florida, but where I lived and grew up in New Hampshire, Sully lived a couple towns over. But yeah, all right, this is something I've been seeing happening more and more lately, and I don't know why. I don't understand the like business like fucking thing behind this, right? A band saying, yeah, we're gonna hang it up, it's our farewell tour. I understand that, because people are gonna be like, oh shit, maybe this is the last time I'll get to see him. I understand that. But I've been hearing this more and more lately. Bands that are like, yeah, this next album, it's probably gonna be our last. Like, what? Why would you say that? What the fuck, like, possesses you to say that? Like, first off, it's kind of similar to the whole, like, we want to go out on top thing, right? It's just, there's like an arrogance to it, It's like, dude, I thought you were doing this because you loved it. You know what I'm saying? I get, yeah, people fucking, it's an opportunity, or was an opportunity to, make a shit ton of money. Not anymore. But it's like, dude, I thought you were doing this because you love it, man. Were you just bullshitting the whole time? Like, did you really not, like, care? Was it not about the fucking music the whole time? Was it just about a paycheck? All right, if it was, okay, whatever, man. But, fucking, nah, dude. No, man. It's like metal, rock and roll, music in general, It's all about the music. But I don't get that, It's probably going to be our last. What fucking, like, okay. Why are you saying that? That sucks. That's depressing. You know what I'm saying? Like, in my opinion, that doesn't create any sort of demand. You know what I mean? That just, if anything, it just creates like a resentment, I don't get that, man. I don't understand the If somebody out there does, yes, if somebody out there does, if you get the like, you know, the business, I don't know, wizardry, salve, you know, behind it or something, then tell me, because hell, maybe I'll like understand. Up until just a couple of days ago, the whole notion of a farewell tour was bullshit to me, and now I kind of understand it a little bit. Yeah, it's like a chance to say goodbye or something. But I don't really get the next album is going to be our last. What the fuck is that? You know, like, just depressing, man. I don't know. And then the third thing, it's when, this is not as bad, but it's still pretty fucking bad, all right? When bands say like, no, there are no plans right now to record another album. Or it's like, no, there are no plans to tour again. It's the same thing. Like, what, man? Why the fuck not? Why not, you know? Aren't you a fucking musician? You know, I mean, isn't that your job? Isn't that how you get paid? Well, how the fuck are you gonna make money after that, you know? I understand. Like, I know that there's a million and one ways to make money and everything, and really the music industry ain't the best avenue for that these days. Might not ever be, you know, might not ever be again. But that's another thing. I guess you could boil this all down to like, what is the purpose in like, you know, fucking with people's emotions? You know what I'm saying? What is the purpose in like toying with I don't know, the press? I mean, shit, maybe that's what it is. Maybe you say something like that, something real provocative to get the headlines, you know? I don't know. But no, I think that the reason why I still think that's bullshit is because the consequence behind that is you get assholes like me, you know? Like, we're sad, man. And look, it's not because like, you know, it's not like the guy that feels betrayed or whatever, that the band came out of retirement and now he's all bitter. It's like, hey, you guys said you're gonna hang it up. Hey, you guys said you're gonna hang it up. No, it's not that. It's ultimately all it really comes down to is because you love the band and you look forward to their projects, and even when you just fucking think about them, I don't need to go into this. You know, this is common knowledge. You know, anything that you like. You know, why do you like it? You know, when you think about it. Fucking, how do you feel? You know, do you get those warm and fuzzies and everything? I do. But I don't know, man. Those are my thoughts. If anybody's got any like sort of explanations for these, then by all means, fuck, God, tell me, you know what I'm saying? Like, chime in, please. Because that's all this channel really is. It's just like, I've loved so far the things I've learned from other people and the input that I've been getting from other people. It's a cool hangout, man. I don't know. You give me your thoughts, please. You know what I'm saying? This is not a review of any new album. It's not any kind of, you know, review of a show. Oh, but I am going to see Flesh God Apocalypse. Probably, Monday in Richmond. I'm really excited for that. I'll have a review for that for sure. But anyway, all right. Well, hey, man, fucking, if you like this video, then cool, you know. Maybe I'll give it a like. And if you just like hearing somebody bullshit about metal, cool, man. Fucking hit that subscribe button, right? And until then, stay fucking metal. All right, stay metal. Thanks.